When you are in the container aisle of the dollar store, pick up a couple of white wire shelves. Flip one shelf upside down and lay the second shelf on top, overlapping about a third of the shelf. Now take some zip ties and connect the shelves together. Be sure to pull tight on the zip ties so the shelves are securely tied to each other. Remove the rubber tips from the ends of the shelves. Grab each arm on the shelves and bend them from their 90-degree angle to about a 45-degree angle. Next, give the entire shelf unit a coat of spray paint. This is the perfect shelf caddy for holding rolled up hand towels and washcloths. Grab a short glass container with a screw-on lid. Take a large marble and glue it to the center of the lid. Next, spray paint both the glass container and the screw-on lid. To style your new jar, take a small wood cutting board from the kitchen and use it as a tray to hold the jar and other beauty products. Head to the garden section, grab one of their metal French garden buckets. Give the entire bucket several light coats of overspray with some white spray paint. Take a black paint pen. Once you get a feel for how much pressure to apply, start to outline the bottom rim of the bucket with the paint pen. Let that dry, and then start to outline the lettering on the bucket. Once the letters have dried, outline the top rim of the bucket. Next, take some old drawer knobs and glue the knob to the bottom of the bucket. Style on a bathroom counter beside a sink by filling with hand soap and paper hand towels.
When I saw the bottle of mouthwash on the countertop, I knew this was the perfect way to add a little luxury to my bathroom and get rid of that ugly mouthwash bottle. Next up, I decided to stamp my toilet paper rolls. First, I want to run the tap a little bit so there's just some water left over that I'm going to use. Then I just touch the area near the tip to the tap, and the water will make a beautiful seal. As it dries, it keeps the folded paper in place and makes everything look so much nicer. Finally, I want to do something with the towels. To fold the large ones, I lay them flat, then I want to fold the sides over towards the middle. I then need to simply fold it in half, and then I can place it over the bar. If I want something a little different though, I can lay the towel face down, and before I fold in the sides, I want to make an extra fold to the side I want showing. This is going to create a little pocket when I turn it over and fold the towel in half. I'm going to slip the smaller towel right over the larger ones, and then I'm going to slip a few of these flower stems into the pocket.
Bathrooms can become disheveled and disorganized, but today I'm going to be sharing with you some of my top bathroom hacks. So first up, bar of soap gets very messy on the counter. So I'm going to take my soap dish and I'm going to fill it with some river rocks that I got at my local dollar store. Next up, I'm going to show you a cute way to dress up your toilet paper roll. So you're going to rip off one sheet and then two sheets that are attached together. And then you're going to take the end and you're going to just fold it into a triangle. So this is the very end piece that's still attached to our roll. And you can see here I've just folded it under. Then you're going to go ahead and you're going to just very gently poke two holes. And then you're going to go ahead and with the one square that you ripped off, you're just going to fold it into a little roll here. And then with the two pieces that are still attached together, you're going to fold them over each other, and then you're going to use your fingers to pinch them down into the middle, and you're going to make a bow shape. Then you're going to take the piece that you took off and rolled up, and you're going to wrap it around to make a bow, and you're just going to slide it through those two holes that you ripped into the toilet paper, and then wrap it around the back. Another sore spot in the bathroom is hand towels, so I just fold the towel over 2 times, and then I'm going to flip it over, and then I'm going to fold it the other way vertically. So I'm going to take these ends and I'm just going to fold them into the middle on each side, and then once I've done that, I'm going to fold the towel in half, and then what you'll see here is that I have a neat little pocket here, and then I can lay this over my towel rack. Now for my washcloth, I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to fold it in half, and then I'm going to fold it accordion style, and then this is going to make a nice little fan that's going to sit in the pocket. If you want to roll your washcloths like they do at a spa, I'm going to show you how to do that now. So you start with a square washcloth and you grab 2 of the pointy ends and you fold them into the middle, and then you flip it over and just fold it back 3/4 of the way, and then begin to roll your washcloth. And then when you'll see here, you have a little pocket here that you can tuck the tail into, and this holds them nice and tight.
Grab some 2x2s to increase your bathroom storage in a few easy steps. I cut 4 2x2s to 6 feet each and cut 6 to 19 inches, and I cut another 6 to 4 inches each. I sanded all the boards, then used my Craig jig to drill pocket holes in each side of the smallest 2x2. I secured the 4-inch boards to the 19-inch boards with pocket screws and wood glue, and used a countersink bit to pre-drill the long 2x2 to the rectangle frame. I filled the screw holes with wood filler on the front side only and sanded the excess off smooth once dry. I wiped, cleaned, and painted the frame. While that was drying, I sanded cedar 1x6 boards, ripped them down to size, and sealed them with 2 coats of polyurethane. I used a brad nailer to secure the cedar boards to the top of each rectangle base and slid the shelf over my toilet.
I found this door on Facebook Marketplace and it was finally time to put it to use. The first step was to remove my existing bathroom door. After measuring my new door, I purchased a 1x8 to act as my header. We leveled it off and bolted it to 4 studs. Securing the track was easy as the barn door kit I ordered from Amazon came with everything I needed. After the track was hung, we drilled 4 holes into the top of the door, attached the hanging brackets, and secured them with the included bolts. To finish it off, I added some privacy cling film since this is a bathroom after all. This was super easy to use as it bonds to glass with just water.
I wanted to give this wall behind a toilet a feature without spending money. We'd recently changed the flooring and I had 1 box of luxury vinyl plank flooring left over. I started with the first plank at the top of the wall. I made sure it was level. I continued attaching pieces and securing them with the nail gun. At the bottom, I cut the plank so that it wouldn't interfere with the water line. The wall was looking great, but I needed to work on the trim pieces at the end. Since there were leftover materials lying around, I bought some L brackets and attached them to the 1x4 pieces. I then set these where I wanted them on the wall, made sure they were level, and attached them. I ran down to the hardware store and picked up 2 sheets of beadboard. Then I measured and cut the beadboard down to size using a table saw. I attached it to the wall with my nail gun. It took no time at all. The next step was to add a wood border to the top. I used very inexpensive common board. Then I painted the top of it before attaching it to the wall. When I attached the board, there was a small gap between the wood and beadboard, but it was easy to fill this gap using paintable caulking. Once that dried, I got started with painting. In order to finish off my beadboard accent, I added hooks.
So I went to the dollar store and I bought 3 bags of those vase filler gems. After sorting them, I washed them off using Blue Dawn and water and then laid them out to dry. I drew lines from the edge of the vanity to meet the mirror line. I applied a thin coat of mastic using a small notched trowel. Then the fun began as I pressed the gems into the mastic. I worked in small sections so the mastic wouldn't dry too quickly. Once I was done, I mixed the grout. I mixed 1 cup of grout to a half a cup of water. I applied the grout in small sections, making sure I was pushing it between each of the gems. I wanted to make sure that every spot was filled in between them. After 1 hour, I checked again, and yep, it was nice and dry. Using a large spun and plain water, I washed away all of the excess grout. I removed the painter's tape that I had placed on the top of the vanity and applied caulk, smoothing it out with my finger.